What's up, GunTube world? It's me, Angry Santa, for the Bearded and Unbranded program, GunTube program, and I'm here up in the, up where all the magic happens, in Mrs. Claus and Santa's boudoir. I've been bandaged up here. Still do not have the studio ready for the in the Tactical FUD bunker on the Tactical FUD compound here on the outskirts of Detroit City in Michigan. But still working on it. Just got a million things to move out, a million things to get ready. It's a work in progress. It might take a month. I don't know. Hoping to get it done soon though, to get it ready. But gonna do Tactical FUD Tuesdays every Tuesday now, talking about firearms, tactics, a little bit of conspiracy shit, situations, things that could be going wrong in this country. Maybe your state is different than my state. The things that we've seen in the last few years, kind of like, why would you have these type of guns or this type of gun? Why would you want, certain things? Are certain things illegal? Are they about to become illegal? Is there going to be a big pendulum swing here in November 2026 and on the next couple years? What you might want to do, and don't want to be a fear monger, but just talk reality and things that can happen, and just enjoy some coffee. Luckily, I'm drinking coffee tonight. If I'm not drinking coffee at this time, I'm probably drinking bourbon, so it's good that I'm drinking coffee. Maybe this video will be a little more coherent than ones I've done in the past. But as always, I'll bring out a gun at some point, and we'll talk about, I put a short out about tonight's gun already, so a few minutes earlier, that I recorded earlier today. But and as usual, a lot of times I put it to a metal song. I think I put it to "Creature of the Wheel" by I think that was White Zombie at the time. It wasn't Rob Zombie yet. That was back, oh god, probably mid-late 90s, something like that, from one of those The Sexorcist whatever albums. Not a huge Rob Zombie fan or White Zombie fan, but they put on a pretty good show. They always had a good stage show. Pretty cool band to see live. A little rough sounding live, but yeah, it is what it is. He runs around a lot. He gets out of breath. So as a former metal singer myself, I know how they can get, especially if you're a little out of shape, like I apt to be. Anyways, just a reminder, this is going to be a totally different kind of GunTube channel than you've probably ever seen. I don't think anybody's going to be doing what I've done, what I'm going to be doing, and it's just going to be completely different. I don't know how else to tell you. We're going to mix in some metal music on the Friday shows. I'm going to have a PA going, samples. It's going to be a live show on Friday. Eventually, I'm hoping to be able to have the live chat going, and I'll be running a soundboard, and there might be booze. I'll be drinking bourbon. There might be loaded guns on the table. It's gonna be all safeties thrown out the window. Why? Because you cannot be shot through the camera. Let's get that clear. I'll sometimes, drop the mag if I got a loaded gun, and I'll clear the chamber, and I might show it, but trust me, I'm not gonna flag myself with a loaded gun and all that. So, and when I'm making these videos, I'm in a safe area. There's nobody around. So, can we get that all out of the way? Safety. Do not try this at home is what I'm saying, folks. I'm a professional. I'm a professional alcoholic with guns. Santa likes his bourbon. So anyways, and we'll talk about bourbon. I might, turn you on to a nice cheap $30 bottle of bourbon that tastes as good as a damn $100 bottle. I've tried literally, I'm not kidding, at this point in my life, probably thousands of kinds of bourbon. At least many hundreds. So I'll do like the bourbon of the week or whatever. I'm not having one tonight, but definitely on Throwback Thursdays I will. Throwback Thursdays. If you want to find out about a different kind of bourbon or a new bourbon, if you are a bourbon or even whiskey, you like sour mash, you like Jack Daniels and George Dickel and stuff like that, which is whiskey but not bourbon. But I like some George Dickel. I got just bought a bottle of like high-end George Dickel, which you wouldn't even think that exists, but I did, and I haven't tried it yet, so we'll try that coming up here pretty soon, probably on Throwback Thursday, or even possibly Friday show, which is Friday is actually the main flagship of this channel. Will be the Friday show, and that is the bearded and unbranded show on Friday. I call it Anti-Fat Friday. That's another reason why I'm saying you've never seen a channel like this, because I am anti-fascist. I am part of the anti-faf movement. I work for anti-faf. I've got a mid-level management job at the anti-faf building downtown. So, yeah, I'm a liberal, but I'm a gun guy. Always been a gun guy. Always loved guns. Guns are fun. Guns are necessary. To keep all the amendments safe. We can't have a First Amendment without a Second Amendment. So, Second Amendment goes away, First Amendment goes, they all go away, right? Right. So we'll talk about conspiracies that are actually happening, things that have factual evidence. I like to talk about conspiracies that have been proven right over the years. I like to talk about conspiracies that I predicted 15, 20, 25, 30 years ago that have came true now. I was a big Orwell 1984 guy, and I believe that's all coming true. So, not to get too deep into that now, but we will over the coming months. Alrighty. So, oh, by the way, how you like my shirt? Le Nain Rouge. It's I don't know if you guys aren't from the area. If you're not from southeastern Michigan, you might not know. Detroit every year for years has had the Le Nain Rouge or Le Nain Rouge. It's like a festival. It's a big parade and a big party, and they have this we used to go to it for years, and it's downtown in central, kind of midtownish Detroit, and they have this gigantic humongous like metal, I think it's massive dragon. It blows fire out its mouth and smoke out its nose and everything, and there's like this demon riding on top of it, and everybody boos it, and everybody's down there partying. They dress up like Mardi Gras. Everybody's got all these crazy outfits on, and that. We used to go to it all the time. It was real fun. Haven't been there in years, but I picked up this shirt. I thought it was kind of cool. I do represent some Detroit shit, since I am from Detroit, the Paris of the Midwest. So anyways, love Detroit, man. Got to represent Detroit. Love my Lions. Love University of Michigan, Wolverines, national champion, men's basketball. Fucking love it, man. Love it. Now if we can just get everybody else, the Pistons, Tigers, and Wings to follow along, we might have something here. But anyways, I don't know if you saw the short earlier. There hasn't been many views on it. I just put it up a half hour ago. The gun I'm going to talk to tonight, that's going to lead me into my tactics talk on Tactical FUD Tuesday. And let me real quick explain what a tactical FUD is, in my opinion. People that are gun tube viewers and been watching YouTube gun videos and gun channels for years, they kind of know what a FUD is, right? A FUD is I think it's like old fuddy dud. 1911, why do I carry a 45? Because I can't carry a 46. 45 ACP God's caliber. Lever action guns, single action armies, pistols, Old West pistols. And a FUD is, I think the actual definition of a FUD is kind of guys that, as long as they have their gun rights and they can carry their guns and have their guns, but if other people don't have their rights, it's fine by them. As long as they have theirs and can do what they want, they're happy. But they that's I think what the real term about FUD is, what it means. But my tactical FUD term, which I coined, is a guy that kind of an older, maybe more out of shape guy like myself. Was in the military, but I'm not a black ops guy. I wasn't in recon, Marines recon. I wasn't in, paratroopers. I wasn't a Navy SEAL. I wasn't Army Airborne or Special Forces or anything. I was in the Air Force. I barely touched firearms in the military. I touched them in basic training, M16 qualified, and we had break out a few for out of our armory when we had it when I was overseas in Europe when we had a terrorist threat one time back in the late 80s. So we broke out some M16s and Remington 870 shotguns and stuff. But anyways, post sentries and all that, but nothing came of it any. But anyways, that's the only time I touched guns, like twice in the military when I was in. So Air Force isn't a big, it's not a infantry type thing, but it, the tactical FUD, as a guy that maybe older, maybe isn't into all the super black ops operator, super speed shooting, all this. The race guns for competition shooting, or all the guys that have all the fancy new tactical shit on their AK builds and their AR builds, and they got all the $5,000 scopes and all the range finders on the actual frickin' rifles and all that, and they got all the top level stuff, and then they're going through all the drills and running around like John Wick and everything. That's not me. And I think a lot of people out there are like me, and they're like me, and they get a little intimidated by all that stuff, and they get confused by all the, Jesus Christ. Whew, sounds like somebody's making a getaway. 5-0, here they come. But anyways, so you might be like me, like in that way. That I'm not up on all that stuff. I've been into firearms probably about the last 10 years, about 12 to 15 years I've really gotten into firearms. I've been building firearms for the last couple years and just now getting into understanding a lot of the stuff. Just started putting red dots on my own pistols like 2 years ago. So, I mean, that's one of the easiest things to do. Just now starting to be able to put triggers in guns and do, minor stuff like that. So anyways, I'm not up on all the tactics and the training in this, so don't act. I'm not a professional. I'm not saying this is what you should do. But if you're a guy that's in your 40s or 50s, even in your 60s, maybe not in peak physical condition, this channel might be for you. But you want to have firearms, you want to have stuff that does have some tactical ability, but you don't want to spend a lot of time trying to shop for the, and you don't want to spend $5,000 for a rifle. You don't want to spend $3,000-$4,000 on a pistol. You might like this channel. And then I'm not talking about buying bare bones stuff and cheap crap. I'm talking about buy stuff that works, and stuff that might have a tactical application, but it looks like it doesn't. So in future times, when there may be some laws that change or things that might happen, where you have a pew pew that can do tactical type things but looks non-tactical, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Everybody knows Glocks. Glocks are a tactical pistol, and you got your Gucci Glocks, and you trick them all out and all that, and then you got all your 2011s now with the hair triggers and you can shoot a mile a minute, and they're all ported and comped and all this stuff, and that's awesome, and I love that stuff as much as anybody. It is so fun to shoot that stuff. But there's also a time when, heck, maybe a lot of that stuff isn't even going to be legal. They're trying to push through some weird laws right now in Michigan with mag limits and all this stuff again, and I don't know. I still haven't seen confirmation if it's going to pass or this or that, or if it did pass and will be challenged by the Guns of America or NRA or whatever, and they're going to file suits. I know in some other states they filed some lawsuits now against a lot of the laws, like in Virginia and stuff. They're filing suits for all these crazy laws on mag limits and everything. But anyways, where am I going with all this? Okay, so what I have tonight is a pistol that's it's one of my favorite pistols, and if this to me is like an epitome of a tactical FUD pistol. Now it's not in the God's Caliber 45 ACP, but it's a form of a 1911 pistol. And I'm not the biggest 1911 guy. I've had a few in my life. I've sold a Kimber Ultra Carry 2 back in the around the middle of the pandemic, 2020, 2019, somewhere in there. And I had a Ruger. One of my first pistols was a Ruger SR. Was it S? Was it SR 1911? It's a stainless steel 1911 45 ACP. And I just was having a lot of bobbles and failures to feed and eject with it, and it needed a lot of break-in time and everything. And I just, back then I was just starting out with guns, and I didn't have patience. And that's another thing. I can teach people that don't have a lot of experience with guns some of the mistakes I made. So I made a mistake, got rid of it. Probably should have kept it. Probably should have just kept running it till it broke in better. But I sold it for hundreds, a lot less than what I paid for it. And probably should have just kept it, but I sold that one. So I had it was kind of like a 2011, but they call it 1911. It was the TAC Ultra 10 millimeter double stack, and it was, the TAC Ultra. What was the name? What was that one? It was the Philippines company, boy. Slips my mind right now. They have an ammo company too. Oh, shit. That's going to slip my mind. They sell 1 million cheap 1911s. It'll come to me later. But anyway, sold that one. And that one ran good, actually. I had no problems with that. It was the, what was that? I should write notes. But anyways, somebody will probably call it. I don't know what it is. They're all usually black, double stack, 10 millimeter. They're cheap. They're about $600. When I say cheap, it's cheap for a 2011. Real cheap. But it's not a EAA. It's not Gersan. Oh, God, it's right at the tip of my tongue. Fuck it. I've got a few of their pistols. I got their 22. I don't really want to get into it. But anyways, sold, let me just put it this way. I sold about 3 or 4 1911s through the years. And so I'm not a big 1911 guy. But I like it. I like the idea of it. I don't mind having the thumb safety, especially when you got a hair trigger on some of these where they got like a 1.5 pound trigger, 2 pound trigger. Man, you gotta have that thumb safety and the grip safety if you're gonna carry it, especially appendix. Woo! You better have something like that. So it's nice to have. But anyways, what we have here tonight is the Stealth Arms, and it is, I showed this earlier, it's in the I think this is a QVC holster. It's pretty cool. It's like a material covered holster. It has like a scene of a nuclear war on it. And it's pretty cool. It's like the double clip. I guess that would be called like a double mono clip. I don't know. But anyways, it is the Platypus by Stealth Arms. It's got it's tapped for the SRO. The Trijicon SRO optic, which is, a lot of people love those optics. I'm kind of like, it's pretty cool. It's good. I mean, it's real clear. It's good. It's good for target shooting. I don't know if it would be great for concealed carry, for like durability. I'm not sure. I've seen some durability stuff on it. Then we got the X300 Turbo Surefire light. Another nice light. I usually get the Surefires or the Streamlights usually. Let me drop the mag of this because it is loaded. I got the I don't know what those are. I think those are those 90 grain those are those 90 grain Underwood Extreme Defenders. But it's got a nice mag wall on it. Feels great in the hand. It's got very aggressive grip texture. The grip safety is very light. It decompresses very light. The trigger is pretty ridiculous. When you're used to Glock triggers, it is so friggin' the reset is, I mean, I should probably do it this way. I mean, it's just wait a minute. No take up at all. There we go. No take up at all. What the hell did I do? Why can't I pull it this way? Okay. Well, it's real light. I gotta put this part of my finger in there for. I'm not pulling it hard enough, I guess. Very light trigger though. Okay, here's a better view of it. You know, if I push the grip safety, maybe that would help. There we go. Woo! I'm not even drinking. Look at how I mean, you barely pull it. So let me hold that in. Slide's pretty smooth too. I'm not struggling with it because I'm doing awkward. Look at that reset. That is just ridiculous. So anyways, it's a pretty badass pistol. But the thing that is freaking awesome about this gun is this platypus here, and you got the lightning cuts. It's got blacked out rears, real skinny blacked out rears, and it's got a I don't know if you can see it. It's the fiber optic, green fiber optic, which I like. I like the green fiber optic because the red dot is red. So I hate when you have a red fiber optic and it's a fucking red dot. Not good, not good. Or a green fiber optic and it's a green dot. Not good, not good. So anyways, it's got the big, huge beaver tail. I don't need that big of a beaver tail, but it is what it is. I mean, you're never gonna get slide bite on that thing. I mean, who's gonna fire it like that? You're not gonna do it. It's got a nice mag release, extended mag release. The slide stop is, I don't have mag in there. Slide stop's pretty nice. It's real easy to, I mean, it's just barely touch it and releases the slide. What else? It's great. The mag well is real, I mean, really crowds your fingers nicely. I got a nice tight grip. So it's awesome. I love it. Is it my best? 2011 best shooting? No, it's not comped. They do have a comp version though. Is it comped or ported? I think it's comped. I think they have a comped and a ported. I think there might be one with a threaded barrel that has a comp on it, and then they have one that's ported. But I didn't want plus for one thing, it was like $600 more for the ported one. And I didn't want this ported. I have one that's ported, 2011. I didn't want this one ported because the thing that's great about this one, it takes Glock mags. So all your 17 rounder and above Glock mags, your 17s, your what is 24 rounders, I don't know if they got a 22 rounder, 24 rounders, I think there might be 28 rounders, all your 33 rounders, your 19 rounders from your 19Xs, they'll all go in here. You can run all those. And that is why this is the Tactical FUD 2011 but 1911 type gun. That's why I call this my Tactical FUD pistol. Because it has a tactical application. If you own Glocks and you want a 2011, but you're not a big 2011 guy, this thing is freaking awesome. And it doesn't break the bank. I mean, it's not cheap, but this was I think I paid mid 1800 Scooby snacks for this. So, but I mean, when you're talking about a lot of them are 3, 4, 5 grand, you know, staccatos, 4 or 5 grand, shit, sand vipers, 8 grand, sand viper, pit viper, 8 grand, Terran tactical stuff. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, this is a friggin' deal. What you get for this thing, the performance of it, the smoothness. I didn't do the slide very well. I mean, the slide's like, I mean, it's not like staccato smooth, but it's, I mean, I don't even know what, I don't know if it's a 12 pound. I don't know what kind of spring they got in here. The spring's not real heavy. It might be a 12 pound, which is pretty light. But without the comp, you also get better performance out of the bullets, right? Because you're not losing the pressure coming out the top of the comp or the ports. So non-ported, non-comp, you get better terminal performance out of the bullets. So this is more of a tactical. I would call this a tactical 2011, and I can shoot this thing pretty fast. So it's nice. It's definitely worth the money. It's one of the better value 2011s on the market. Usually gets pretty good reviews. And another thing that's really great about these, they're not cheap. This was just the as ordered, all black. Just they got them on stock. But they have ones you can customize them. You can make these however you want. You can make them whatever color you want. They got all types of crazy patterns. They've got like ones that are like just crazy looking. You can make these however you want. Every kind of grip you could think of, all types of crazy stuff. I just wanted it all black, plain, all black. So plus it was just cheap. I got a really good deal on it. I mean, $1,850 or whatever. Scooby stacks for this is it's pretty good, because I mean these go, if you wanted to get the ported one with the customized and everything, they're up in the mid 200s, 2,600 Scooby stacks for the custom ported ones. So yeah, I got a pretty good deal on it, so I like it. What can I say, man? Something like this, you can get 17+1. You could rip through that in just seconds and be on target. Not a lot of, because it's pretty heavy. I believe it's this is a aluminum frame, I believe. I don't think it's steel. I think the grip is aluminum, and but it's obviously steel everywhere else. But it doesn't have a bad recoil. I mean, if you shoot Glocks, this is like the Pussycat. But I mean, you could just rip through rounds so fast, and you could have a 33 rounder on you, and just pop that sucker in. Man, you're back to war. I mean, so it's definitely a tactical FUD sidearm. Good barbecue gun, tactical FUD barbecue gun. Oh yeah, oh yeah, nice, yes, oh, yeah, nice. So anyways, I'm going to cut this short, getting close to a half hour here. If you've stayed with me this long, you're a real trooper. And we'll get more into tactics on Tactical FUD Tuesdays next Tuesday. Talk about maybe bug out bag stuff, or like what would you take on a bug out if you had to get out of your house. Stuff like that. Just just concepts of just the way I think. As an older guy that's been paranoid, and thought about conspiracies all through the years, and just seen a lot of conspiracies come true, and a lot of the ones that I predicted 30 years ago. I used to write songs about this stuff back in the 90s and early mid 90s. Wrote a bunch of songs, and it's all coming true. So hey, maybe I knew something. Maybe I don't know shit. But anyways, I'm not the greatest authority on guns. If you're someone that was like me a few years ago and you're just kind of getting into it, you don't really know a ton, and you want to come along on the journey with me, welcome aboard. As they say, please share, like, and subscribe if you can. If not, you just watch, and that's fine too. Nice to get a lot of nice to get a lot of likes, nice to get a lot of views. So I just started this. I had retired from Ford a couple months ago, so finally got the time to do it. Gonna start doing it. Had a bunch of guns, got a pretty nice collection laying around, and I wanted to start showing stuff off. And I'm not gonna probably do a lot of shooting on and post a lot of footage of people of me shooting, because I get bored by that, to be honest. Unless it's like the Pew View guy where he's shooting a round through a washer they threw 30 feet up into the air, shooting through the hole in the washer, just doing trick shots. That kind of stuff, just watching somebody stand there with a Glock 19 and shoot it and go, just Gen 6 is really nice. And to me, it's just boring. I don't know. I've seen that a million videos like that, and they're just kind of boring. But I will post some stuff. When I'm doing comparison videos, maybe I'll do more of that. Like if I compare, like, I got like the Echelon against the Glock Gen 6 19 or 17 or whatever, or comparing like the Canic Combat TTI against whatever, excuse me, I'll shoot them both and I'll film it so you can kind of see the recoil and the muzzle rise and stuff, and I'll do that a little bit, but but I'm not going to do a lot of shooting. I'm not going to do slow motion, and bring my thing down and show my every hit near a bullseye or this or that, like a lot of the guys do, like oh, what's the one guy, the not 22 Plinkster, the other guy, the guy's always dressed in the tactical, like he's about my age. He's got the son, the tactical doodle and all his son's on there with him. I can't think of the name of his channel, the something project. He's ex-Air Force too, I think, but I'm not gonna. He's always showing his shooting, from prone position, 25 yards out in the desert, and all that. I'm not gonna do all that. I don't even go to the range that much, to be honest with you, and I'm really not that great of a shot. I'm getting my eyes fixed. Just had 2 surgeries last year on my left eye, and I'm probably gonna have to get my right eye fixed. So I've always had a real bad astigmatism. Had a tear in my retina, sports injuries, what have you. So my vision's always been terrible. So I haven't been the greatest shot. So I'm getting better, but I don't want to embarrass myself anyways and show my flyers and that was another flyer. I don't think I have the red dot sighted in properly. Yeah. But like a lot of people just starting out, I ain't the greatest shot. So I've been shooting for quite many years. So, and I'm not that great. At least at pistols. Anyways, hope you guys all have a great Tuesday evening. Keep blasting, man, and hang in there, and let's go on this journey together. Angry Santa out. Peace.